God. There was the term that gets used in IT all the time is yak shaving,
What?
which is
Yak shaving?
the last step in a series of steps that occurs when you find you need something to do, and then you have to go on a series of fetch quests to actually do the thing you wanted to do in the first place.
Yes. That's the story of my life.
Yeah. So the original blog post where they were talking about it started with they wanted to wax their car and end up with, so anyway, I was at the zoo shaving a yak.
Of course.
Hence the term yak shaving.
Reminds me a little bit of Jamie's post about your spider. So then I just started blasting.
Yes.
So I started blasting.
Man, everyone hates the huntsman.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no.
Well, it's not specifically the huntsman. It's the whole genus spider arachnophobia thing. Or whatever you want to call that.
The whole phylum.
You need more, the whole phylum. You need more Alice Cooper in your life. With the Black Widow song playing in the background, with the whole intro by Vincent Price.
I don't know that one.
Do you? It's the best. It's the whole. It's a guy leading people through some kind of museum of natural wonders, and he does the. And now we come to Arachnida, the spider, my favorite collection. And he goes on about a bunch of different spiders, and eventually jumps into a rant about the Black Widow and how it's the best spider of all. And then the song starts.
I think I'm thinking of Michael Jackson.
You're thinking of Thriller.
Yes, 100%. With Vincent Price, doing his speech at the beginning of the music video, or actually it's in the song
across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Yes,
that's the one.
You've heard it.
But yes, just me. It's only me. I'm the only person that's ever heard Thriller.
Michael.
Fun fact, I was telling the kids the other day, when I was probably 5, I thought I was related to Michael Jackson because we shared a name.
That makes sense.
I thought that's how it worked.
Usually it's the last name, but yeah, makes sense.
I didn't know that.
And there's only 5 of the Jacksons, right? So it could have been you.
I was the secret 6th Jackson.
Yeah.
That's my claim to fame.
He worked the soundboard.
The other Mike overshadowed you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I was the understudy. They would have thrown me in if Michael got sick.
I missed the Friday episode of Wheel of Time, so
I haven't seen
no spoilers. No spoilers.
But you don't know that the
yeah. We're waiting until this first season is over to watch them, to binge them, rather than episode by episode, because I don't like cliffhangers. I'd rather just watch it all.
Spoiled by streaming. I'm the same way, but spoiled by streaming.
I'm exactly the reverse. I hate binging stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
You like
because if I binge like 8 hours of television, I remember no minutes of it at the end. I like to have here's an hour of content. Now go away, listen to a podcast about it, discuss it with friends. Go on for a week wondering what's going to happen next, and then you get the next one. I love that.
I generally have to watch it 3 or 4 times to even remember, because I always have it on while I'm doing something else. I never sit and watch TV. Like I'm sitting doing something, I throw that on, and I'll stop and watch it, and chase the squirrels. But I can't just sit and watch TV.
I'm just the opposite. I am laser beamed, and if there's a noise in the house, I go back 10 seconds, so I can miss whatever, quarter second of whatever it was that I missed.
Yeah, good.
Okay. Here's one for you. Subtitles or no subtitles?
Subtitles.
Depends.
Subtitles.
Depends on what I'm watching. If I've seen it 100 times, I don't want subtitles.
Yeah.
Generally, if it's my first time watching it, I kind of do, just so I can pick up on stuff.
Well, a lot of times the really hushed dialogue, you're not going to see, or you're going to hear the wrong word.
Right. But it's also cool to go back and watch a movie you've seen 2 or 3 times, like Harry Potter, and see that desire is spelled backwards as demure, like we were talking about last week and the week before. I don't know why that just shocked me. I'm like,
that blew your mind.
it did.
Clearly.
It did. I'm just like, oh my God. I read the book and didn't even see it. I had to wait to see caption on the movie 18 years later.
We've got all kinds of people in chat today.
Yay.
Super.
Hi.
Cowart is back. Espinoza 916. How are you? Exiton.
Welcome.
How's it going?
I can't remember. Did we talk about Blade Runner, the director's cut, the difference of the director's cut? I know I talked about it with somebody.
I mean,
I don't think it was
discussed it before in my life.
Okay.
I don't know if it was on here.
It's sort of in a similar vein, but if you remember the, I guess, theatrical cut of Blade Runner, you've got Deckard talking in the background.
Yeah.
Sort of, he's explaining things and stuff like that.
Narrating.
The director's cut, gone completely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you have no context narration in the back, and the movie actually feels very different because he's explaining things, in the original, but in the other one, you got to watch what's going on, and
It's kind of like
actually feels quite different.
It's like the David Lynch Dune versus the Non, because you hear them thinking in their head,
that's
like
right.
describing scenery or what they're thinking or what they're going through.
Yeah, it was Paul talking all the time in his brain. Yeah.
Fear is the mind killer.
monologue.
Which I like the kid in the new one, how he is going through this. Spoilers, but I mean, you've had time. He's going through the pain.
I haven't.
Talk about haven't had time.
That's right. You haven't had. Okay. All right, Mike. I will defer from telling this part. I like that scene as it's done in the new movie and how he reacts. I'll just say that.
I don't think you can spoil Dune for me. I've read it about 5 times.
Sure.
Well.
You've probably seen some of the movies, but it's just his reaction. Like, when Paul does it in the 84 movie, he's just like in pain and agony and like, shaking, and he's thinking these thoughts of like, pain, mind killer. And she's finally like, enough. And he pulls his hand out like, oh, I can understand. So I like how they have Paul react to her in the newer movie. Much better.
Yeah, I do too.
So you have something to look forward to.
Yes. That one scene.
Get it for Christmas. Jeez.
Speaking of scenes, Geyser.
So real quick disclaimer. I had braces put on Friday, so if I'm slurring or it's hard to understand me, sorry, but it is what it is.
What?
Shut up.
New hardware.
Yes. I've been upgraded slightly.
I'm gonna get you Starburst for Christmas.
Go Cyborg.
Put like 6 ounces of wax on my bottom canine to keep my lip from getting hole drilled through it. So, last time, you guys spoke with a couple of mercenaries, got on their good side, at least half of them. Got a little information about who is hiring them, why they're here. Any questions about that? Does anybody have any bad memory? Bad memory?
Bad memory? No, I expect to see him again, one way or another. What
happened? Talking to the fighter and the sorcerer, them talking about Blue Duke, how they've got this Zodin who's also down there waiting on the half-orcs, and they're having these half-orcs being hired to be personal guard for some sort of nobility in Cauldron. But they're too low on the totem pole to actually know details and people. They mentioned that the Blue Duke was speaking to a veiled woman. Did I mention that?
We mentioned it was a small woman.
Okay. Small woman, dark clothes, thin, small woman, dark clothes with a veil over her face. So she was...
Obviously, it was a beholder.
Yes, with chicken arms. Let them go. They told you straight up, you have killed a vampire. You've killed Drakthar, who was a lieutenant of ours. You can put the veil down. Drakthar, who found some sort of evil something, and was turned into this nightmarish vampire of a creature. But you guys had already vanquished the chair. Ta-da! Comfy chair.
Yes, the comfy chair.
I didn't think it was very comfy.
Get a little bit. Oh, that's right. And I gave you all some
Achievements.
achievements have been unlocked after that boss fight. And now you're looking for Drakthar, which you're pretty certain under this loamy, earthy cucumber cucumber rich earth. You believe you may have found him. And the last thing that happened was you guys set yourself up, facing away from the treasure, flanking this hole, and Khaldun pulls out the water skin of hosing water and just says geyser. 30 gallons of water shoot out in 6 seconds, blasting off the top of this dirt in this hole. The dirt's not very deep. It's 2 or 3 inches deep beyond where the stone was there. Well, the broken stone, now that Farazan has done his mighty picklocks.
Excavation.
Yes. You blast this dirt and turn it to mud and shoot it off. And in that 60 seconds, at 30 gallons of water, you blast enough dirt to basically exhume down to his shoulders Drakthar. But he doesn't move. And you look at him, and his face is desiccated. It's gaunt. Eyes open, head to the side, mouth open, eyes milky white, doesn't move, and looks in really bad shape.
So he's planted like a carrot lengthways.
It's a field of Drakthar.
Yes, he behold the field where we grow our Drakthars, and see that it is barren.
If you bite it, they will come.
So it looks like he made the best out of this hole in the ground to put his grave dirt, and this is where you think he rested. But he is very, very dead.
The crop's looking a bit sad this year. It's going to be a poor harvest.
Why are they growing Drakthars in here?
This is a terrible cash crop.
I think we should still stake him and drag him outside and tie him to the roof of a house or something. I don't know.
I agree. We need to put that stake. Doesn't Tarathiel have a wooden stake?
He does.
Okay. Believe you should go ahead and put that through his heart.
I'll reach down and I'll yank Drakthar out of the mud.
Well, with Farazan's help, you I don't know. You're not like a wimpy dude. Yeah, it's no problem. Like, it takes a little bit of time because he's still 3/4 buried in dirt. You geysered a couple more times. It blasts mud everywhere, and eventually, a couple minutes, you get Drakthar out of the hole, and his entire body. Obviously, what you see, he's wearing his leather armor, is desiccated. Like, there's not any fluid in his body.
He's been chaired.
The uncomfy chair.
Yes.
He still has his face.
Put all the stuffing down one end.
To what?
I said he still has his face.
Yes, face is still there.
Okay.
And there's not bites all over him. It's not like he's been drained of blood. You don't see that. It's not like he was in the chair and, like you've got teeth mark all over your butt, Farazan, from the bitings. Drakthar doesn't have that.
Huh.
This doesn't feel like the chair did it to him.
This does not bode well.
Maybe someone else killed him and left him there? I don't know.
We killed him once.
Ish, yeah.
Now, didn't we? Didn't the chair try to mentally affect us as well?
Feared us, I think, or feared Tarathiel.
All the mouths moaned and screamed and hollered at once, causing just this aura of fear that Tarathiel was having no part of.
Didn't like that. All right. Tarathiel is invisible, but he will He will hop down on his knees beside this corpse and pull out the stake, and then very carefully Pulp Fiction it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
So
a
he will
coup de
become-
Gracie. You just
He will
stab him.
become visible as he just rams this wooden stake into this thing's chest. He's like, "Eh."
This stake, it resists, but you pierce it right through his heart, and it stays in place. No problem.
The chest crunching perforation.
Yes, you have to get through that sternum.
Yeah, you got nothing.
Got to
for
really,
it now.
really come down. Got to really come down with that needle.
Yeah, that's right. 3, 2.
Good.
Darathil is immediately back on his feet and shaking his hands like, ah.
What, like
I like it.
spider?
That's not a comfortable feeling. I don't like it.
So
Is it dead? Please tell me it's dead. I mean, it was already dead, but tell me it's not going to move.
I believe
Well-
now that the stake is there, it cannot. Right? That is what
it's
Jinya said.
Paralyzed? Yeah. But it may not be dead. Yeah, I think we haul this thing out, throw it in the middle of the road or something.
I mean, there's a microwave somewhere. We can just put it in the microwave.
Yeah, just put it in the microwave, put it on melt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's mine.
Treat it like a gremlin.
We had a microwave incident the other day, which wasn't really an incident. It was just a little bit of melty, and our youngest was running through the house. He's like, ah! It's like it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, sorry.
I think he's running through the house with the microwave over his head. Just like, ah!
I'm waiting
That's
for
a pretty big
the
deal.
Microwave.
Jeez.
Yeah, he was
Your
in
house sounds like my house.
much panic.
All right, you've dragged him out. You've staked him through the heart. You're standing on a ledge 70 feet, 85 feet from the ground.
Just
And
toss
there
him over the
is-
side.
A pauper's horde behind you.
So, about that.
Yes.
Will it fit in the chest?
The chest runneth over.
Excellent.
Okay.
So in a quick estimation with Khaldun's giant brain, there's at least 20,000 coins here. Like, this is a massive amount of coinage. Not to mention all the other stuff that you found with it, like the quiver and all the other items that I mentioned last time. Yes, the chest is full, but there's still probably another 10,000 coins lying about,
Good
just
grief.
on the floor.
Okay. So I think we plucked all the interesting bits out except for the coins, right?
Yeah, and it is a majority, like 70% of it, more than that, 85% of it is copper. There are some loose silver strewn throughout. Depending on how much time do you want to take to look at this stuff? I mean, I'm not saying it's going to take hours, but if you want to spend a little bit of time just kind of getting an idea of everything, maybe 20 minutes.
Well, he's paralyzed. So I think we can take some time to figure out what's here. Ish.
Nudge him off the cliff, maybe.
I don't want to do that. The stake might fall out. I mean, you need to keep this stake in him.
Nudge him. Let's put him right there.
Ah!
Is that where he is?
Pterodactyl takes off running. Ah, it's crawling, climbing the walls.
I think it moved.
How about
don't
that?
like
Does that make you feel better?
Yes, much better.
Okay.
I guess
All
I
right,
can
so
take
you're
my
gonna-
ninja mask off.
Take a little time. Let's put the little hole there, because that's a nice deep little hole there.
Let's see. It's terms of weapons and armor. I know we found the mithril chain shirt.
How about let me just go down the list again.
Okay,
Just
okay.
kind of give you guys another once over. So the coinage, you're taking some time. That's what I'm hearing.
Mhm.
17,000 plus or minus a few hundred copper, about 3,500 silver, all mixed in with that.
Mhm.
There's a rusty battle axe, a longbow, just a regular longbow. There is a quiver, which Khaldun did determine is
Yep.
magical.
Magic.
Ooh.
There is a rapier that is masterwork. There is a spear, silver-headed, that's masterwork, which I think Farazan's already taken. There's a breastplate that's got a griffin emblazoned on the front. It doesn't really symbolize anything that you can think of, but it's very nice. A mithril chain shirt, a shield that's made out of very similar material, that mushroom material you've been seeing a couple of times while you've been in the Underdark. It's made out of that, and the wooden chest, which has most of the gold, a gold bracelet worth 500 silver pieces, a silver comb inlaid with an amber gem worth 1,500 silver pieces, a small ivory flute with a jade inlay worth 2,500 silver. There was a necklace that was glowing magic and a little token in the shape of a feather. Oh, excuse me, in the shape of a bird. That was also glowing. With magic.
Magic.
It's a lot of stuff.
Magic. Some stuff. Considering that's what I've noticed about the author of this particular adventure. Like, nothing really has stuff on it. It's all just piled at the end. So you get just through piles. The end, and yeah, you get all your loot at the end.
So now we know what we have to do. We sneak past all the baddies, find the pile.
That is definitely a plan.
Turn around and murder them with the loot.
Yes, that's right. Get the magic items and then bring them to bear.
It's foolproof, Caldern. Foolproof, I tell you.
Is it bear?
If nobody else wants them, I'll take the longbow and the masterwork rapier, because I'm proficient with both, and they're both pretty good. I wouldn't mind the quiver, depending on. I don't think anyone else is going to use it, but most of the time I'm probably not going to shoot the longbow. But just in case we come across things that are immune to psychic daggers.
Dagger.
Sure. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Make good use of it.
Is there a way that we can identify these things of magic?
We can, given some time. I can do it. I don't know if you want to do it now, but yes, I can.
Essentially, you can identify all magic with a short rest.
Yeah,
they've just made it very, very simple.
Sit with it.
You rub it against your face. Lick it. Stick it up your nose. Oh, look! It's a wand of fireballs.
This is a shrunken head for sure.
Taste transmutationally.
Yeah.
Tastes like change.
Oh, no.
So spent 20, 25 minutes cleaning this up, categorizing. Getting the coin out of here might be a little bit of a trouble, at least in one trip. Because 1,700 copper is like a lot of pounds. I can do the math, but it's really not important right now.
Yeah.
Well, also it gets the jewelry. The jewelry's really the biggest haul in addition to the magic items.
Yeah. I mean
4,500 silver is nice. 1,700, 17,000?
Yeah.
17,000 copper.
So that's 170 gold.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not as much as the comb.
It's not a matter of physics. It's where you grip the husk as far as getting 17,000 copper out of this 80-foot high ledge in a dungeon.
What if we put them all on the line, like Canadian money with holes in them?
Oh, yes. String them together.
Well, it's Christmas. It's like stringing popcorn, right? That goes quickly. 7 days later.
I guess Chatter will take a handful of the copper to give to Boxy next time we see him.
Okay.
But otherwise, I'm not that concerned with the copper.
The coins, yeah.
Probably pocket a few silver just because I can.
Yeah, try to scoop up as much silver as we can.
Okay, 2,000.
If we dump out the copper from the treasure chest and put all of the silver and then anything that'll fit into it, that'll
make it easier to carry. Make it easier to carry.
Yeah, so just take everything except the copper, right?
If you take no copper, everything will fit in that chest.
Okay.
Not the big weaponry or the big armor, but like jewels, jewelry, even the quiver if you want to. All the smaller items. The bigger armor, obviously the spear, rapier, they don't fit. But if you take the time to get all the silver, leave the copper, and throw everything in the chest, call it an hour, and you've got it.
Okay.
So we Tarathiel and Farazan can load the chest while Khaldun sits with the magic items.
That'll
Want
work.
to do that?
Yep, that'll work. I'll let you do that.
If you'll let me identify, I'm sure.
Sure.
That's Lilu Della's multitasking.
I mean, so I think in a short rest I can only identify what item, but I can ritual cast identify 6 times.
There you go.
Okay.
As long as I don't have to go near that thing.
So there's no cost. No.
I have a 100 gold pearl.
And it's not expended. That's what I'm getting at, right? Okay.
No.
Yeah, no problem. So you're going to spend your hour casting spells while they do all the manual labor. Smart. So, the 3 items.
Cool, worthless. Cool, worthless.
He's got the coins of the got it. Need it, got it.
Oh, trash. All right. So we'll start with the Qualls feather token in the shape of a bird. And then we'll move on to the Quiver of Ilona.
Oh, that's good.
Which is basically like the never-ending quiver. We can look at the details here in a second if you'd like.
I save on so many arrows.
Yes. And I don't know.
Spears and wands and staves and anything long and slender.
Polar.
Get the official. Boop. It's efficient quiver. It's an efficient quiver in 5e, but it's a quiver of Ilona. Each of the quiver's 3 components. Why am I trying to read when I can barely speak?
Would you like one of us to do it?
Dimensional space that allows quiver to hold numerous items that will never weigh more than 2 pounds. The shortest compartment can hold up to 60 arrows, bolts, or similar objects. The mid-sized compartment holds up to 18 javelins or similar. The longest compartment holds up to 6 long objects, such as bows, quarterstaffs, or spears. You may draw any item from the quiver. You may draw any item the quiver contains, as if doing so from a regular quiver or scabbard. So it's not the one that gives you infinite, but it just holds a ton.
Yeah, it's a quiver of holding.
Yes.
This is it may even be better with Farazan.
Holding spears and things.
Yeah, I do have a few weapons.
100 javelins.
It'd be hilarious for him to wear it across his back and be like, "Hey, does it have any weapons?" He'd be like, 10-foot quarterstaff, haha.
Here's this tree I put in here earlier.
Exactly.
So the feather token bird. This tiny object looks like a feather. You can use an action to toss the token 5 feet into the air. The token disappears, and an enormous, multicolored bird takes its place. The bird has the statistics of a rock.
ROC rock?
ROC rock. But it obeys your simple commands and can't attack. It can carry up to 500 pounds while flying at its maximum speed, 60 miles an hour, for up to 144 miles per day, with a 1-hour rest for every 3 hours of flying, or 1,000 pounds at half the speed. The bird disappears after flying its maximum distance for a day, or if it drops below 0 hit points, you can dismiss the bird as an action. It is consumable, so it's a one-off thing.
Aw.
It's probably a waste to make it fly 1 copper piece backwards and forwards to the surface for the next 24 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, but that would be so cool. I don't think it'll fit, though. That's a big turkey.
And finally, the necklace has 4 beads on it.
Oh, no.
Which can be taken off and thrown to cast Fireball.
Oh, no.
It is a necklace of fireballs with 4 beads on it.
Oh.
I think Khaldun just had an organism.
Guys, I have a crazy idea. What if we put him back in the hole, cover him in the copper, and then drop one of the fireballs on top of him?
So I got a question about the necklace of fireballs. Does it require attunement?
Okay, let's see. You can use an action to detach a bead and throw it up to 60 feet away. When it reaches the end of the trajectory, the bead detonates as a 3rd level fireball. Save DC 15.
Okay.
You can hurl multiple beads or even the whole necklace as well. Fuck you! Well, this is one action.
A bandolier grenades.
Yeah, exactly. When you do so, you increase the level of fireball by 1 for each bead beyond. So 1d6 extra. Does not require attunement. Negative.
No attunement.
Okay, so that means anybody can use it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I suggest we give that to someone with a level head and who's not prone to making rash decisions.
Fire. I light it on fire.
You light the necklace on fire.
Is that you? We could give it to Oric. He's not going to throw any.
Here, Oric, carry this for us, please.
Too soon?
Just a little too soon.
So when you throw the fireball, when you throw the bead, is it a roll to hit?
No, you treat it just like a fireball up to 60 feet away.
Okay. All right.
20-foot radius, 8d6 points of damage, DC 15, reflex save for half.
You say up to 6 feet away, but with a 20-foot radius?
60.
60, right.
Yeah. 16. Up to 16 feet away with a 20-foot radius.
That's 20 meters.
Look at my smoke bomb. Kaboom.
Up to 20 meters. Give or take.
Cool.
Give or take
and obviously it is consumable, so you only have 4 fireballs right now, which is 4 more that you didn't have.
Yes.
Yes. I can says you don't mean put it on my porridge.
Yeah.
You know, one of the first things I thought was, I wonder if I get how spicy this would be in food.
Definitely the burning ring of fire the following day.
I think if you eat all 4, they put your portrait up on the wall.
Yeah, poke holes in it and shake it over your porridge in the morning.
So you know what? It's Khaldun's looking at this necklace with great envy, and he's thinking, "I would love to burn things with this." However, his strategic mind says that, you know what? Farzan actually may be a better person to use this.
Just drop it at his feet. Charge in. Like one of those super mutants from Fallout 4 that holds the nuke and runs at you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally see Farazan doing that.
Because I can sling range stuff all day long. Farzan, not so much, right? And he's usually out in front.
He has
and
throw.
If I throw it, may bake him a little.
Just take some wax and stick it to the side of Throwy and chuck it.
Yeah. There you go.
Stick the bead.
Yeah.
Throwy becomes Boomy.
I don't think I'd want to do that. You would definitely miss. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about 5e is magic items are, unless it specifically says, must be attuned to a something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anybody can use it. Wands, I mean, a lot of different things. I think Wand Magic Missile, I remember reading about a fighter who kept the Wand Magic Missile and would just zot people all the time. It's cool. I like 5e. You should all play it.
The Farazan, yeah, giving Farazan and exploding necklace, it's that's okay, but they'll definitely see it coming. The thing that I thought was if Tarathiel had it, then sneaky, ba-boom!
Oh. Now that would be terrible. Would that be
terribly awesome?
Would that count as an attack?
Tarathiel's going to practice saying, "Nuclear launch detected."
Yes. Yes.
God, Heath and I used to play StarCraft 2. No, StarCraft. That was the original one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
With my cousin and a few other people in the same room. So everybody, we have a LAN party going, and then we've got 6 computers all in the same room, all playing StarCraft. And then I loved playing the Terran. I would just drop nukes like it was, going out of style. But anytime I cast a nuke, all 6 computers would go nuclear launch detected, and it was like in stereo. And our cousin would lose his freaking mind. He's like, "Where is it?" And he's like spreading everything out. He made it so much fun. He's probably the reason I dropped so many dang nukes, because I just liked him. And I think on purpose, because of that, I never nuked him. I didn't want him going away. Like, I didn't want him to be out of the game so he wouldn't freak out about it every single time. Anyway, yeah. But having
My,
6 computers say that in tandem is pretty interesting.
my favorite LAN party game was Alien vs Predator,
Oh
and
yeah.
because I had one friend that would always play the Marine, and so like, yeah, everything would be quiet in the room, and then like you would just tap the keyboard, and you would hear meep, and he's like, "Where are you?" Stop moving.
Still one of the creepiest sounds today. We were talking about aliens earlier.
Yeah.
Like it's such an iconic sound now. Like you hear that, something bad's about to happen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so great. Such a good movie.
All right. I give Tarathiel the Necklace of Fireballs.
That's
Do great things with this.
hide and go boom.
Yes.
Hide and seek.
You look on
That's
the
our,
yeah.
that's the words under our crest now. Hide and go boom.
Go boom. That's funny. If you look on the Necklace of Fireballs, you know, most things have like a have like an engraving that say, to Sir Robin or something like that. On the Necklace of Fireballs, it just says, "To whom it may concern."
And Cowart in chat just said he mostly did Halo 2 parties. So I had whatever system it was on. We had Halo 2,
Xbox.
and a friend of ours, Paul came over, and another friend, and we were playing Halo 2. And my girlfriend at the time was there, and they were playing, and we were just doing whatever else, all just hanging out. And it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and we decided to go to bed. And we wake up the next morning at like 7:30 in the morning, and Paul and Shannon was the other one that was there, are still playing at 7 o'clock in the morning, Halo 2. Paul is like cock-headed, slack-jawed, limited drool, like zombified playing this game. I will never forget that for my entire life. Like, he was so... I've never seen anybody so completely enraptured and zoned into a game in all my life.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
The first playthrough of Halo and Halo 2, the story is fantastic. They did such a good job, like, just revealing it. Especially when you first come across the flood.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was just like, wow.
There's a video that I found on YouTube of several streamers, I guess is what the correct term, our people, and they have never played Halo, like Exiton, and they are maybe half a dozen of them, and they've all captured them going through that level where the flood is revealed. And it's fantastic because they kind of slice them together as they they go through the first bit, and they all go through the first bit, and they all go through the second bit, and how they react to certain things. It's like, what happened in this room? It's like, we haven't been here before. What's going on?
Yeah.
So
Halo... Go ahead.
Well, we had rented Halo, and I didn't get a chance to play. It's fine. I mean, I probably missed out, but like, I didn't.
I mean, it's a shooter, but it actually has a really engaging story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's long.
Well, they made 7 of them for a reason, right? I mean.
Yeah, really I played the first 3, and then the 3 was okay, and I just after that.
Dump trucks of money is the reason.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
But the first 2 were good.
Speaking of dump trucks of money,
can we get out of this awful cave, please?
What do y'all plan on doing now?
So the desiccated Drakthar, is he heavy?
Well, sure. I mean,
he ain't heavy. He's not a vampire.
Yeah, I mean, he's still probably 150 pounds. He's a big dude.
Oh, okay. So he's not like heavy. He's just...
Yes. He's about 150 pounds.
Okay.
He has no fluids. He's just dry skin stretched over bone at this point.
Okay. All right. So I'll carry Drakthar.
Okay.
I'll manage chest.
Yep.
Are we gonna take Auric out as well?
I think we should. That's why I was sort of working about the logistics of this.
Yeah, Tarathiel has a strength of 8, so I don't know that I'm carrying anyone out of here. I'm also can't climb anything by myself, let alone dragging a body.
How much does that chest of loot weigh?
You didn't take the copper, so 70 pounds.
You can carry that, can't you, Tarathiel?
I don't know, can I? Where's my
You
weight?
can. It's not a matter of again where you grip it. You guys have an 85-foot cliff. I mean,
We got rope. We can rope
I
down.
don't want to like spend 20 minutes thinking about the logistics of carrying loot, but like, what do y'all want to do? You want to carry the loot out? You want to carry Draxthar down? Cool.
And
We're gonna do
Auric.
some checks. Auric is still in the throne room.
Well, we got to
if I'm
go
not-
through the throne to get out of here.
Right, exactly. So really, all we're talking about is a couple of checks, climbing down and climbing back up.
Okay.
Again, I don't want to go into like every minutia detail trying to get all this stuff out. It's okay. You have rope. You have a way.
Yeah,
Okay.
Farazan will take care of most of the like assisting with lowering people down with rope, lowering the chest down with rope, lowering the bodies down with rope, and then on the other side he'll climb up, anchor the rope, pull the things up that need to be pulled up. I mean, he's got with those gauntlets, he's got a 19 strength, so he can lift 1,100 pounds.
Yeah, you are a mule for sure. So you plan on like lifting everybody or lowering everybody on the rope, then you climb. So basically, you need to make 4 climb checks. Climb checks is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
So the first 2 are to get down. The second 2 are to get back up.
And with the rope, does that add anything, advantage or anything?
It does give you advantage, but you're leaving your rope behind when you climb down.
Good point.
Well, you get multiple ropes, I guess. It wouldn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm not gonna leave. I'm not gonna leave the rope, so I'll climb down. Manuel.
Just straight up. Okay. Give me 2 athletics checks.
Okay. And all of the important bits have been lowered, so if he does fall, he's not gonna crush anything.
You've got all your stuff. You've got the bodies. You're good.
12.
And you're good.
13.
All right.
I got a
You
little
make
bit
it
better.
down. No problem. You go
Okay.
across the cavernous floor,
Mhm.
seeing the bats all in the belfry. Go across. Give me 2 more to climb back up.
Okay.
Good. And
Sensing a pattern.
And
Okay.
good. All right. No problem. You climb back up, drop the rope down, haul your crap back up, and you are back in the throne room with the 2 dead goblins and faceless Auric. Now he's got a head. It's just like his face is being peeled off. I don't know if that's better or worse
It's worse.
visually, but
These sleeping bags, for lack of a better term, can we wrap Auric in one of them? These goblin bedding things.
it's more like hay and straw.
Okay. All right.
It's not like a Okay. But again, you guys have blankets in your packs and things like
that's
that.
true.
You could wrap him up, no problem.
Sure. Okay.
Give him a little bit of respect.
Yep.
All right. You have Auric wrapped up, carried over your shoulder. You got a chest of loot. What y'all doing?
Head out the way we came, I guess.
So you're heading up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Up to the surface.
So we can go down these stairs, right, through the room with the animal pen, so we don't have to climb. We don't have to climb down.
Yeah. Those are stairs down to the floor area, the lower area.
Yep.
Do we want to check back with our quote-unquote friends and tell them that it's done?
I suppose we can when we get to that intersection up there. I mean, I can run up there and knock on the door.
We could summon a giant rock and tie a note to it.
That would work.
Just imagine they get a knock on the door and they open it, and there's this huge bird.
It's just-
Candygram.
Are y'all talking about Corlinder and Kelif?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Because they said they were going to lock themselves back in there.
Yes. And you feel certain that Kelif was going to make sure that happened.
Yeah. So yeah, when we get to the intersection of where I am pinging, right there, yeah,
Yep.
I'll just hang a left and then go up there. There is a ladder here, right?
There is a ladder there.
That's a ladder. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So I'll go up there and knock on the door.
Dump Auric out on the floor, climb up the ladder. All right.
Unceremoniously dump him.
Or take him with you. That's up
No,
to
no,
you.
I'll leave him on the ground.
Okay.
Weekend at Bernie's him over to the door.
Yeah.
Have him knock on the door.
You knock on the door. You hear Corlander. Yes?
Took care of Drakthar.
Really? That
Still owe us that drink.
Wonderful news. I will buy you all around if I see you up in Cauldron.
All right. Take care. And head on out.
You hear a female voice. Yeah, you too.
Man, we should get business cards printed. We could have given them to him. We might have got some work with the Blue Duke.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
So I'm just switching the map over to take a look at it. There's nothing going on. So you guys are out. You're back up to the boathouse.
Is there a boat floating in the pool?
Did I say
you did?
Bathhouse.
We just assume you're doing it on purpose now.
No,
yeah, I know.
Not that time. I don't know why. I know more boat. Now I'm saying boat. I know more boat houses than I know bathhouses. So it's just a thing. All right, you are back in the bathhouse. 2 dead bodies, chest of loot. It's probably like 3 in the afternoon. The next day.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, y'all did an 8-hour rest.
Yeah, we slept.
Right. Let's take Drakthar and get him some sun.
Drag him out. Stake in chest. Get a couple of people giving you a wide berth as you step out into this busy street in a major metropolitan area.
Everybody move!
I hang a lantern on it. I wave as vampire. Or taking care of vampire.
Vampire.
Nothing to see here, unless you've never seen a vampire. In which case, get in. It's cool.
Turn the bathhouse into like a sideshow.
Yeah.
5 copper to see the vampire. Who wants to see a vampire? Get your portrait taken. Only 2 silver.
That's expensive.
Portraits to the left, vampires to the right.
You step out into the sunlight.
We also
drag
offer pressure
Drakthar into the sunlight, and nothing happens. The stake's still there. He still looks the same. The sunlight has no perceivable effect.
Is it real sunlight?
It appears to be. However, it's raining like a son of a bitch. It is monsoon season, but still, I mean, that wouldn't stop sun from burning.
It'll be daylight.
Yeah.
Well, crap.
Okay. This is
the temple then?
Maybe he's only a half vampire.
Do we need to go back to the temple and talk to Jenya, maybe?
Yes. With Auric as well, I suppose.
Oh,
we could go to the temple of Weejas.
Oh, for Auric?
Still got a BOGO special going on until the end of the...
Yeah, we get two cremations for the price of one. I didn't think we were going to need one for the vampire, but...
Why do you think I had it in the commercial? That's called DMing right there.
That's planning ahead. Preparation is key.
Foreshadowing.
So, we Jess, or you go see Jenya?
I think Jenya first.
I think Jenya.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's probably wise. So you guys are literally on the other side of town, hauling a chest of 2 dead bodies through the streets of Cauldron. Midday.
Only one of them is available, or is visible. The other one's wrapped in a blanket or something, right?
The
one of them looks like a body wrapped in a blanket. Yeah.
Yes.
But why would we hide one body when we're clearly carrying another one openly?
Dragging one by the foot, the other one's nice wrapped up burrito style over his shoulder. So,
but we walk like there's nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And no one will have a problem with it.
Look around at everybody else like, why don't you have 2 dead bodies? What's wrong with you?
That's right.
Vampire.
Tarathiel pulls out a clipboard.
Yes. Yes.
Anyone with a clipboard is meant to be there. It's a known fact.
Yes, the SEP clipboard.
Somebody
else's problem.
If someone says anything, Farazan will just look at them and just say, "It's 2 for 1 at the house of Weejas."
Do you have inspiration?
Yeah, inspiration. That's great. Yeah, but it's that way. Why are you going?
We're getting the
Anyway.
coupon from Virginia.
Yeah. Scenic route.
So you guys
we have a ticket in the queue, but we had some other things to do. So
y'all are heading around the crater to get to the house of St. Cuthbert. You are actually stopped by a patrol.
Mhm.
They come up to you looking. You guys are actually somewhat well known. At least you can tell the guards know who you are because they come up to you and you are adventurers, right? Like you're you're the rock stars. They stop you in the street and what looks like maybe the sergeant of this group steps forward and cocks his head a little bit. Do you three need help? Is there anything that we can do for you? You have. Is there anything?
Not
do you guys?
right now.
He looks at a loss.
We're heading to the Temple of St. Cuthbert to talk to Genya about these 2 bodies.
Unless you're an expert on vampires.
He just takes a couple of steps back. You are clear to go, citizens?
So I push up Drakthar's lip. He still has pointed teeth, right?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Yeah. See.
As you were, we will
Sorry
escort
for the
you.
spectacle. We just didn't know a different way to do it.
We will make sure you get to. We'll make sure you get to the church, and they escort you to the Church of St. Cuthbert. When you get to the front, they
get one of you guys to get me a cappuccino while we're at it. You guys want anything?
Twist of lemon.
They got a Tino machine.
Orange whip. Orange whip. Orange whip.
Yeah.
Once
three,
you get to
three orange whips.
You hear one of them. I ain't getting them coffee. You get to the temple and they stop at the doors and just kind of bow out. They nod,
thank you,
wave you, and head on out. And you pass several other patrols in the way, and they all kind of give you the. I mean, it's a strange scene, right? You got a giant, you've got an alien, and you've got a short guy carrying 2 dead bodies and a massive chest over it. So that's something you see every day. You step into the church. One of the acolytes runs and grabs Genya, who comes out, and she takes in the scene as well. She's not quite as taken aback because you told her about some of the things that happened, and she's used to seeing you guys. What happened?
Things did not go as planned.
What was your plan?
To find Oric alive.
Oh, is he dead?
I certainly hope so. Sadly, I lay him down and I pull the cloth off his face.
She gasps. Oh my gosh! And she covers his face back up. What happened?
We described the chair of doom.
Yeah, a very unfriendly piece of furniture.
Yeah.
With inappropriate upholstery.
Yeah, I thought it was a construct, but apparently it was necromancy of some kind.
Really?
Yeah.
And she looks at the body. This apparently Drakthar?
This is Drakthar. We staked him, like you said, and we drug him out in the sun, but I guess he's dead.
Did nothing happen in the sun?
No.
No.
Well, that's odd. Why don't you leave him with me, with us, and we'll make sure that he never walks again.
Okay.
We'll do some prayers, put him in some running water, and leave him out in the sunlight for a couple of days. Just to see what happens.
We'll further look at him, literally.
It just go through the list.
Yeah,
it's a relief.
Got some roses
cut his
cramming
feet off or something.
Cut his feet off. Coppers over the eyes. Everything. We may even incorporate some of the priests of Ouija to get their opinion on what needs to be done. But we will certainly make sure that Drakthar is done.
And when you're doing this, if it turns out he's not a vampire, if you could let us know what he is, because he certainly felt like a vampire, but he's not behaving like one now. So I don't know what's going on.
I will, because I'm a little perplexed myself. When he hit sunlight, he should have turned to ash. Yes, I'll be happy to. We'll do some research.
And would you happen to know what the rights are for Auric?
I don't know much about Auric, but we could certainly make some prayers to some dwarven gods.
There was a temple beneath his house to dwarven god 73. I can't remember his name. Mordon. So, and he was very interested in the shrine. So I think he was a worshiper of Mordon.
Okay. I don't know them obviously by heart, but I could certainly look them up, and we will make sure the rites are completed.
Okay.
Would you like to attend? Is this something you'd want to be there for?
Yeah, I liked Auric. He was a good friend. I'm sorry that we couldn't save him.
Okay, we can set aside some time, schedule it, and you let us know when's best for you. Okay. We'll keep him reposed until the time that you're ready. And she waves over some acolytes, and they pick up the body. And she, holds her hands out like, "Is this okay?" That they take the body.
Fine with me. I looked at everybody else. I mean,
yeah, as long as he's being looked after.
Yep.
Yeah, we will treat him with utmost respect. And they pick up the body. They wrap him back up, and they carry him out of the main hall, as well as they take Drakthar's body and drag him out. What's anything else going on? Anything you need me for?
Don't think so. I mean, I try to describe the chair, what it did to us, and those kinds of things. Maybe, if it was undead, maybe she would have an idea of what kind of creature this was. And then apparently the whole place was filled with fog, and then after it died, the fog went away.
Do you three have a few moments? Maybe 15, 20 minutes?
Farazan checks his watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Check the sundial.
I would say wait till the rain ends.
It's cloudy.
Probably will end for another 2-3 weeks. She hurries back into her office, comes back out, and she's got basically a blank journal. And she asks you details. Can you tell me what it looked like? And she's trying to sketch it. And she's, what happened when this happened? Ask you about the fear scream and you get bitten on the butt and, everything about it. She's just asking all these questions, and she's taking very, very diligent notes.
Is she trying to sketch it as well?
She does.
Okay.
She's not the best artist in the world, but she's trying.
Artist.
I was gonna say I can assist her, or help her.
Oh, she art by all means. If you can draw it, that would help me tremendously.
Please don't.
Life size.
You got a real close look at it.
Yeah. What would you like me to roll for
that? What gives you the ability to have art?
Proficiency with painter's supplies. So.
Okay. It still takes. That'll work. Give me that roll.
Okay. Use intelligence or dex?
Yeah, go either intelligence. I think intelligence is probably the best, just as maybe a memory thing more than anything.
Okay. Let's see. How can I do that? Nope.
Well, we know what it is.
Why don't I just do this? Does that roll?
If you click on the tools themselves, it'll roll.
Oh, in the equipment?
Yeah.
Okay. Painters.
That's the first time I've seen Fezan's last name.
Yeah. is certainly a mouthful.
Correct, Tamasha?
Yes, correct, Tamasha.
Is that gnomish?
It is. I
It's
believe
got a glandular problem.
I believe technically it's giant. I don't remember exactly where I found it. It is. So I had this idea of that the Goliath people have this family name that is they keep adding to it. So the Cal clan was the original line, and then as they moved around, it was the Calrec clan, then Calrec Ta, and so now it has gotten to Calrec Tamasha. So that is his family, but it's kind of passed down from however many generations. And when someone does something,
Noteworthy?
Noteworthy, or not necessarily noteworthy, but when they do something grand, like they've completed, some giant quest, or they've, moved to a new place, then they will give themselves a new root name, basically, and they start it over.
So I
cool.
want to know the story behind the Masha suffix. That one sounds very interesting to me.
Yeah. I don't know that I've come up with like how each of the syllables have gotten tacked on, but I also had an idea that they, since it gets so complicated, that they have nicknames.
I was about to say, you have an old enough clan, you'll sound like an Icelandic town.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at some
Welsh.
point, a mountain is not going to support that many Goliaths, and they have to move, and they have to, kind of restart. So,
yeah,
that's my kind of headcanon story of the way I've seen them, over time. But his clan.
That's pretty cool. I like that, because we are.
The idea that a giant gets to a new mountain and is like, right, this is where we're going to live now, and now we're Bob.
This is the Bob Mountain.
Clan Bob.
Correct. What was it? What's the last name?
Calrec Tamasha.
Correct Tamasha Bob.
No. When they get to a new place, they start again. So it would just be Bob.
Yeah.
And then it would be Bob Recht.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I do.
Considering there are no Goliaths in Greyhawk, we're kind of making this up for Greyhawk, having Goliath. So you've just created canon for Goliaths in Greyhawk. Good job.
Well, there you go. Unfortunately, he used a cannon with his painter supplies and only got an 8 on the roll.
So 8 is not terrible. I mean, that's a success. I mean, is it a masterpiece? Is it a work of art? Well, it's a work of art, but is it a masterpiece? No, but it's good enough. Like the other 2 that were with you, standing over your shoulder as you draw, were like, oh yeah, wow, that's really close. And you all 3 just kind of nod as you hand it back to Jenya, like, this is a pretty good approximation what this thing looked like. And she looks at it and she looks at you guys again. My goodness, you certainly have adventures. I will see what I can find out. The head priest of our order is coming back from Sassarine in the next couple of days, so I'll be able to speak with him and see if we can find out what it is that this thing is, as well as he has a lot more knowledge about undead and to that point vampires than I do. So give us a couple of days, maybe a week. You'll be tired from the travels, and I'll see what I can find out from him.
Thank you.
Do you? I guess I ask you 3. Do you mind if I go down and look at this Temple of Mordon sometime?
I think we should escort you because it's not completely empty.
Oh. Well, how you let me know when it's empty. Yeah.
It's
okay.
It's also that Oryx is not the only entrance, so other things could get in at any time.
Oryx is. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Farazan kind of crosses his arms. He says, "You know how every basement leads to the Underdark and danger in this city."
Yeah, I've started to notice that.
Yeah, this one leads to a tunnel to the outside.
To the side of the mountain? To the side of the volcano?
That's our understanding.
Seems to be.
Oh my goodness.
There were a team of mercenaries that had made their way through this tunnel into the rooms underneath Oric's bathhouse.
Why?
It was a way in that they could get through, that the guards wouldn't notice them. They were sent by someone.
Well, that sounds unsafe.
It does. And at last point, they were still in the rooms down there.
Okay. I'll stay here. You let me know. I am very interested in seeing this temple, though.
The vampire guy was one of them originally, apparently, before he was a vampire.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. So he was one of the mercenaries, and now
he got vampirated.
Something happened to him.
Interesting.
Maybe we don't need to tell the guards about the secret entrance into the city, because it could be useful.
Agreed.
If you don't want me to talk about it, I won't talk about it.
Not yet. We need answers first before we ring that bell, I think.
Okay.
The last time we told the guards about a passage to the tunnels under the city, they commandeered it. And then they wouldn't let us go back down there.
I see. Well, you have St. Cuthbert's word that I won't speak to anyone until you tell me it's okay.
Do you have any closets you've never opened?
Sounds like a salesman. Do you have any closets?
Where do all your stairs go?
Did you just propose?
No.
I think it's the start of an infomercial.
Not in this temple.
Okay.
Are you looking for something?
No, it just seems like a question we should maybe ask everyone we ever meet ever. Just based on past experience.
Everybody has a wardrobe to Narnia apparently in their basement.
Yes. Yeah, except everything down there is awful.
Seems that way. Mm-hmm. Just like Narnia.
Well, we do have an underground here, but it's part of the temple. And as far as I know, it doesn't lead anywhere else or to any Underdarkish areas. No.
Maybe check on that. Anyway,
sure too.
we slept in a cave, so I think maybe we should go back to the tavern and have a bit of a rest.
Sounds good. She looks at you and she could tell that some of you guys have had some wounds, and she heals you completely.
Oh, thank you.
Fezan's not going to develop fangs or anything, right? He got bit a lot by that chair.
I certainly hope not.
He like holds his arm up, and there's like 4 bites along his arm.
Yeah, you've got dozens. You
got chewed up.
Bites. Yeah. And when she heals you, they heal up. There's no scarring with magical healing and yada yada. But she saw them as she's healing you, and it wasn't 1 or 2 bites. Like every face on that chair was just gnawing on you the whole time.
I wonder,
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, in a magical realm where there's magical healing, did chicks still dig scars? Is that a thing that still carries?
Well, most people don't have access to it, and if they did, it would require some sort of prior authorization or insurance to get that magical healing. So
right.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not available.
Magical healing is not covered by the basic package. Yeah.
No, it is not. It's not. So there's a lot of scars.
You would think it'd be more expensive to run a hospital, but okay.
All right.
Before we leave,
yes.
I asked Jenya, have you ever heard of someone called the Blue Duke?
She thinks. I mean, sure. I've. It sounds familiar. I've heard the name before.
I mean, when you were describing it to us, it sounded sort of folklore-y.
Yeah.
And I'm not really a folklore kind of person of this realm. So it's like, my grasp on it was tenuous at best. That's why I'm asking her. Or maybe
Sure.
if there's more folklore.
I know I've heard that name before. And you can see her like looking up and like checking, thinking back. I don't know where I remember, but I've heard of it. I've heard. Why do you ask?
We came across some people that were talking about the Blue Duke, and I had no idea who this person was. I was just curious.
Who's taking pictures of you, Matt?
Yeah, I was messing with the screen by accident.
It's like flash photography.
I'll think about it. I don't remember. I know I've heard the name before, or at least in passing.
Okay.
I'm afraid no. I'm not sure that I do.
Okay.
Again, I'll ask the head priest when he gets here. And
would it be okay to roll an insight just to make sure that there's not any shenanigans going on with her answers?
Sure.
Okie dokie. I think she's telling the truth.
Shenanigans.
You do think she's telling the truth.
Excellent. Thanks, fine.
She'll remember your mistrust. Jenny will remember this.
Yes, your raised eyebrow was obvious to her.
How dare you thinkingly question me? When High Priest Harkham gets back, I will be certain to ask him about the chair and Drakthar, and I'll see if he knows Blue Duke. I mean, he's a fairly knowledgeable guy.
Okay.
Anything else?
Don't think so. Not right now.
Can't think of anything else that I. No. I don't think we have any other names that we need to ask about. The last name I have before Oric was Kelmus, but I think he's the acolyte in the Weejoss place.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Farazan will. What is their like traditional greeting? Is it like a handshake, or do they have a phrase or like a bow? We visited them enough at this point. Is there like a peace be with you sort of thing, or that they say?
Like truth and honor. May the hand of Saint Cuthbert guide your way. Let the just, things like that. More like a justice thing. And like most religions, there's like 58 different ways to say hello. So. Okay. You just kind of pick or choose whichever way you want to greet them.
What's kind of interesting, and maybe it might be just a little lost in translation, is that Eugenia is coming across mild, but priests of St. Cuthbert are butt kickers.
Yes, they are.
Full on butt kickers.
Priests, paladins, yes, they are very, very much. I mean,
traditional greeting is just a slap in the face.
Yes.
Hello.
I see your strength.
With a mace.
Mace check.
Farazan will kind of nod and say one of those short phrases, and that'll be it for him.
She smiles to you as well.
Yep.
And as you're walking out, you hear her yell behind you, and don't fall for that Weejoss lie. It's not 2 for 1. It is. There are hidden costs. They will. It's a ripoff. Don't go there.
It's a pyramid scheme.
Come here. We will take care. We will intern those bodies for just a fraction of the price.
If you buy one, we lock in the price for the second one.
All right. Okay. So what is the plan now? Call it 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Because of the way the buildings are, it is almost dark, especially considering the thick clouds and rain. So what do y'all plan on doing?
So I know we kind of hastily left Oryx, but could we have locked the door? Like, could we have gotten the key to the front door to Oryx, locked it?
No problem.
Also, could we have found the key to Oryx's house? Like, did he have a key ring or something like that?
It was on his body. Yeah, he had it on.
Because I would like to check his apartment to see if there's any information about his relatives, right? Or someone to talk to.
That's what I wanted to ask, if she knew of any relatives. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if he had any, maybe there's some mention of it in his stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
In his apartment.
So the keychain had 3 keys on it, 4 keys on it. Figure at least 2 of them are one's for his apartment, one's for the bathhouse. One of them smaller, probably fits that chest that Tarathiel found at one point. And the 4th one, more than likely that door that was locked that goes down into the pit of hell.
It's only ever been used once.
Yes, he never used it.
We also want to hang a closed, out of business sort of sign.
Well, he was closed during the day normally, right?
Yes,
but he's going to open up soon.
We could put like a closed for renovations so people will find alternatives.
Closed for cleanup.
Yeah. While people are putting their boats somewhere else.
But yeah, I'd like to lock that door and then I'd like to alarm it. So I guess what I'm saying is I'd like to go back to his place.
All right. That would make more sense than retconning a lot of that stuff. You have the key. You locked it on the way out. No problem. You go see Jenya. You want to go back. You want to alarm it. Alarm is what? 8 hours? How long does it last?
Let me look. I think it's 8 hours, but let me look.
Alarm.
It's 8 hours.
8 hours. Okay. So you head back to the bathhouse and you alarm the front door?
The door going down.
Okay. The door going down. No problem.
And so the 3 of us can go through without setting it off, but anybody else should set it off.
Okay.
And then just, lock it up on the way out unless y'all want to look around. No. And then go up to his apartment and see if we can't find anything, next to kin, that kind of stuff.
All right, you head up.
Address.
In case of brutal face removal, please.
Yeah. His will. His contingencies on his will.
I go and clear his browser history.
Enough, there's one for that.
Clear his browser history.
You go up to his apartment above the bathhouse, and kind of Spartan. Don't really think. I mean, he's been here for a while. It's obvious. He's bless you, Jenya says. Go with St. Cuthbert.
I did mute, so the people on the stream didn't hear me sneeze.
God, I think there's spit on my screen over here. That was enormous.
Fezan launches out of the city.
Exactly. Fairly Spartan, but you see some dwarven iconography on the walls. He does have a journal. You look through the journal, and it's not so much about his family; it's about the old adventuring group he was with, which is where he found. It talks about where he found this journal. It was in some crypts to the north, and it was actually during that specific delve, that specific adventure, where he found the everlasting bottle of water, that he lost his eye and he decided to retire from. He took an arrow to the eye.
No, Mike. He wasn't looking at it and said he did not look at it and said, "Geyser."
Pops a cork to his head. Geyser.
He just high pressure water hoses his own eyeball out.
It's my eye.
Well, I guess I'm opening a bathhouse now.
Because losing the eye, worried about adventuring, getting himself hurt, he decided to retire, and figured the best way to make some money was to use this thing to open a bathhouse, which is what he did. A couple of years ago. He's not been in Cauldron very long. It's also dwarven, so him being able to even find a place, he does not own the bathhouse. He rents the property from a nobleman, those details aren't in the journal, but does make mention of having the information back at the courthouse of town. Pretty much after he retires, he stops writing. There's not much written after that. The adventuring group is based out of Greyhawk City, so it's not really which is thousands of miles away from here.
Do they have is it a named adventuring group, or are their names listed?
It is. I just happened to have forgotten, hoping you wouldn't ask. You know.
We gotta send them a
We're
note.
Simon and Adrian.
There is.
He's making it up as it goes along.
You could use my one technique that we use it in our game. It's a uno and dos. Those are the randomly named NPCs.
Allendale, Venezia, and Moonbrook.
Actually, it does not mention the name of it in his journal, because it doesn't mention the name of it in the adventure. It just says he was part of an adventuring group where he lost an eye in his final travels and found the decanter of endless water. He decided at that point to settle down and open a bathhouse. There are names. There is a adventuring troop listed in the journal.
Okay.
It's in Dwarven, and you can't translate it right now, so you'll have to ask later.
Okay. I'll refrain from casting comprehend languages.
Yeah, that would take too long.
Yeah. I won't do that now.
You guys know what this means. It means this property is going back on the market.
Which means that once we clear it out, it would probably be okay to tell somebody else about it, because it's not like we're going to be able to own it or anything.
I mean, we do have plenty of silver.
We could rent it.
So
Is that what you want? You want to rent a house with a pit of hell in the basement?
I mean, nobody else would. Who else? Who better to have a pit stairway to hell than an adventuring party? No, I did have a thought though. Did we ever find out if what was the Gelv? Did Gelv own his house?
Yes, that was generational.
Okay. Yeah.
His family actually moved out of Jadaroon and took over the house generations ago.
Right. Okay. All right. I was trying to think that maybe this nobleman is setting people up with bad housing.
Yes.
He's like,
oh, we have a house on the market. Would you like to rent it? Seventh plane of hell.
I was definitely thinking that would like to own a property with an entrance / exit out of the city that doesn't go past the gates.
Those caverns are big enough, they could be hangars. Airships. I'm thinking airships or dragons.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
You can sweep it out while we look for the first one.
We'll put a pin in that one.
Okay.
I mean, Tarathiel doesn't know what Khaldun has access to. Maybe he has several airships.
No airships.
No
airships. Dragons. I don't think
I
they
feel like I've been
cooperate
lied to.
Been misrepresented.
I guess I'm a little concerned about leaving this place unwatched, but whatever. I'd rather sleep in a bed.
Okay.
I don't particularly want to sleep in Oric's bed. That just feels disrespectful.
Didn't even consider that. I think it'd be kind of small for all three of us anyway.
It's dwarven size. For sure.
So I don't mind being the little spoon.
Farazan could lay across the other way and just drape over,
Nope. Headed back to the tavern. Unless there's anything else of interest here. Farazan's like, out.
I guess he likes being the little spoon.
Okay. So Farazan's voting for back to Drunken Morkoth.
Mhm.
A place with no spoons.
There is no spoon.
It's actually it's a sign on the wall as you come in. There are no spooning here.
Is that the general consensus?
Yes, I
Yeah.
think so.
Okay.
What is that? 14.
14.
Sorry.
Chief?
Oh, don't have the map up. Let's
Yep,
see.
Yep.
I
It's
believe
14 is correct. So it's early dinner time. Go to the Drunken Morkoth. Couple of regulars are in there. You see Nalini fluttering around between tables, taking orders. See the bartender standing behind the bar. He nods when you walk in. Nalini just kind of waves and smiles, keeps fluttering around. What are y'all gonna eat? Go to bed? Y'all done for the day? What do y'all think?
I would like to get some meat and ale.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a seat. Nalini comes up. What can I get you?
Meat and
Ale.
ale, please.
What's the two of you? All around.
I'll have whatever is the most expensive thing on the menu.
Oh,
Cool.
show. Looks over at Farazan.
He's like, what a very, very large bowl of stew. Thank you.
Show. And she bounces off.
They have a 5,000 gold piece bottle of, champagne from 300 years ago on top of the bar.
All right, I'll pay it
That'll
off
be-
doing dishes.
All you have. And she bounces off. She goes, puts the order in. A couple minutes later, comes back with the drinks. A little bit later, comes back with the food. It is, as it always is, pretty good. And being this is a tropical area that exports exotic fruits, everything's got like a plantainish feel, or jerk this, or pineapple. Somewhat of a tropical treat in this area. Finish your meals. Everything's great on the house.
Oh, thank you.
It has been for a while. Lord Vilantru has been paying for your room and board at the Drunken Morkoth. If you don't remember, after saving the children, you have not been paying rent or paying for your meals here.
I guess it's only been a couple days in
It has.
game
It's-
time, so
And we haven't been here
yes.
like we weren't here last night.
Yeah, you've been sleeping on the floor of a cave for the most part.
As this has been the weirdest and most profitable week of my entire life. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but I'm looking forward to it.
It is unusual. I've never actually had this much money. That is for sure.
Have you found wisdom yet?
I have not. I've learned a few things not to do.
That is how you gain wisdom.
Yes.
That's what
Failure
wisdom is.
equals wisdom. So you bed down for the night.
Yes.
Yes.
And with the chest, Farazan would have put that upstairs first, but then, probably leave it with someone a bit more perceptive than Farazan.
Like an alarm spell?
How many of those can you have active at once?
Yeah,
As
there's
many
no
as you
limit. There's no one.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not. I thought they were concentration. It's not concentration. Cool. All right.
No,
Yeah,
it's-
nice. Yeah. Leave it with
Alright, so-
Khaldun and his alarm spell then.
You alarm it. Eat your dinner. Have your food, drinks. Talk to Nalini a little bit, and call it a night.
Yeah. I'd like to take a little bit of time because we've got some time left before
You
we
do?
can actually
Yeah.
go to bed.
I'm not trying to force you,
Just
but if there's something you want
describe
to do
some
before.
spells.
Scribe
of these-
some spells.
Yes.
Okay. Just take care of the cost.
Just take, okay.
It's what, an hour per spell level or something like that in 5e. I haven't really paid too much attention.
I will look it up.
It's like 50 gold a spell level, unless it's
50 gold and an hour per
duration.
spell level, unless it's at duration, I
That's
believe.
half of all that. Okay. So you got 6 hours. So whatever
Yeah,
you can
I'll
get done
just-
in 6 hours,
yeah.
you just take care of it. That's fine.
Mhm. Okay.
Anything else?
We've got we've got 116 gold pieces each worth of silver. So, does that make sense? 1,166 pieces of silver each from the chest.
Okay.
Can we get that changed to gold or gems?
You'd have to do it at the bank, which at this point is closed. So yeah, you could. You can eventually for sure.
Okay. But I do apologize for piling on. Is this the second day after we went down there? I'm trying to determine whether or not my staff is done yet.
You are fairly certain it will be done tomorrow.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I wasn't sure if this was tomorrow or tomorrow.
Tomorrow, no, tomorrow hasn't happened. Tomorrow happens tomorrow.
Okay. Then
Yes.
Verizon will go upstairs, push the two beds together, and go back to sleep.
And put his foot on it. All right. Y'all crash. Do a long rest successfully.
Hooray.
Wake up the next morning. And when we start next week, you will be level 5.
Hooray!
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So level up.
Can we
be
go
level
ahead and level up?
5.
Okay.
Yes. Have yourself leveled up to level 5 when we play Thursday. Because this Thursday we're doing the vignettes.
Ah, cool.
Gasp.
We've been talking about it for a while. I've been putting it off because of time, but we are going to try to do the vignettes this Thursday. Try to do all 3 of them. Just depends on how long they go. I'd like to start at 9 o'clock. Not sure who's going to go first, but we'll just do them until we get done or if it gets too late. So if you guys that are in the chat or listening would like to join us, it will be live streaming Thursday night, 9 p.m. to do each individual character's little one-off
Oh wait,
that we've got planned out.
I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
There may be a conflict.
Too late.
Yeah, there may be a
Okay.
conflict.
Okay. That's right. You've got game night Thursday.
So, yeah, we'll put it on Discord or something if we have to change it. If that's okay.
All right.
Plus, if you like and subscribe to the Twitch channel, you get a notification when we go live.
This is true. So you may have a conflict. Why don't we just go ahead and pick a different night, like Wednesday? Can't do Friday. So how about Wednesday night? I picked Thursday because I was thinking only of me. I wasn't thinking about anybody else because that's my short day. So Wednesday is fine. It was just a pick on my part.
I do have something earlier that evening, but I don't know when it ends. So I don't think it'll be a problem because I think it'll be done by 8. So but I think that should be fine.
On Wednesday.
Yes.
Yes, Wednesday, Mike. That's
I think
Thursday
so.
morning.
Sounds fine. Yep.
Heath, Wednesday night. That's day after tomorrow.
I think that'll be fine. I think that'll be fine.
All right, then we are going to shoot to do this Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Non-Daylight Savings Time, and see how this goes. I've never done this before, and I don't think any of you guys have before. So
Nope.
We will see how this fiasco ends up.
When
Thanks
yet
for joining
Wednesday.
us. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Wing it Wednesday? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that might be
vignettes.
Thanks for joining us in chat. We had some new people. Hope you enjoyed yourself. We will see you Wednesday.
Wednesday.
See you then.
Have a good one.
Bye, y'all. Join the Discord.
Yep.
Back
Good night.
patio.
Bye.